Fans, it's that time to catch up with our drivers. And first up, right here at the main stage, if you can hear us, please make your way over to the main stage. It's 11:10 a.m. It's now time to check in with our very first ever two-wheel skills champion. He also won the Stadium Championship Series 1 championship. That is going to be Tom Meents and Max D. Fire. At the stage, he is here, Tom Meents, Max D. Fire. Oh yes, the microphone is ready. We're going to be talking to him about his tour throughout the season and that huge win last night. But first, let's start off with that big win last night, the quest to get 12. You got the dozen after 6 years. You haven't won since 2013. How satisfying was that last night?
It was very satisfying. I mean, it's cool for me to watch all the great athletes, and I've been looking forward to this moment all year, being able to throw down with the best, you know. We do a lot of two-wheel skills, obviously, throughout the year on our series. They're different series. This time we brought the best here to the World Finals in Orlando, and we got to go head-to-head and see who really had the skill.
Well, you know, Tom, you really have been on fire all year long, no pun intended there, Mr. Max D. Fire, taking home the Stadium Championship Series 1. Let's walk it back in January and now until this moment. Just last night, really, you were on the series points lead basically the whole tour. You know, what was it like for you to, I guess, directly compete against some of those who you've taught? And now here they are competing against you here at the World Finals 20.
Well, it was really fun to be on Stadium Championship Series 1 because, you know, going into the year, looking at the roster, and a lot of people didn't really give some of the guys on our tour credit. And I knew they'd be good. I seen them at MJU. I saw the progression. I knew they'd be hot all year. And our goal as a team as we sat down to the beginning of the year was we need to stay near the top. You know, last year when we competed on a series, we got behind early and we just couldn't catch up. I'm like, we need to stay near the top early. Fortunately, you know, with Josh Dyke as a crew chief, Lexi Warner, and Scott Conley working on the team, they're able to take that focus and keep it under control because it's half man, half machine. You know, you can't do the job without the Monster Jam truck, and you certainly can't do it without a great driver. So the two of them together have to be a perfect combination. Get out there to make it work on the track. So fortunately, it worked out well for us. I mean, if you look at Minneapolis, that was a big turning point for our crew because we lost an engine in racing. We made it to the final round, but we couldn't come back. And we're like, man, so we missed two-wheel skills. That was a huge setback. And fortunately, the crew worked really hard. They changed the engine in under an hour, got me back out there for freestyle, and I was able to win freestyle. If I would not have had that moment, I wouldn't have been able to win the series, you know, or be set up to win the series. So really the crew did a great job. I mean, you hear that a lot here, but currently and correctly and perfectly for me, you know, Josh got Crew Chief of the Year award, and he deserved that.
Now, you talked about team. But before we come back to the team, I think I walked in on a meeting last night when they were getting ready for their two-wheel skills. Here at the video board at the main stage, let's take a look at some of the highlights from last night's winning runs. As they had 2 runs to do 2 hits in each as he was throwing down. Now, Tom Meents, let's talk about your second run that you went out. You put in the Cyclone Stoppie, I think you were trying to do, and you also balanced on top of the high jump. What was the plan coming in for that?
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of plan. We wanted to go out there in the first 2, you know. We wanted to make 4 good efforts. We thought that's what it would take. You know, we knew that 1 wouldn't be enough to put us over the top. The 1 effort on the side, and we were doing a popper off the race lane, I don't think anybody or the camera caught. I had the steering wheel out the window the entire time, shifting forward and backward and using the brake, and I held it out there, and the camera didn't even catch that, so they weren't able to pick up on that, so that didn't make that as cool as we wanted it to be. But then, you know, I was talking with Josh, and he's always there. He's let me know how much time, he's let me know how far I am from things, because you can't see what's ahead of you or what's behind you, so you got to rely on your crew chief. And in Colton, fortunately, He would have done very well in two-wheel skills if he would have been in this competition. I know he would have. He was on the mic with me this time, first time, so he was able to talk me through. And Josh and Colton were the ones that said I needed to pop it off the top, big obstacle. I'm like, you think I can do it? They go, you can do it. We know you can. You know, I've never done that. I'm like, well, we're going to have to roll the dice here and go for it. If we're going to get something over the top that people haven't seen, get 4 good efforts, that was our goal. And they confidently talked me through it, and we made it happen.
You said what the fans are seeing, but what are they not seeing? There's so much happening in that Monster Jam truck. Explain to these fans, describe to them what they're doing. You just can't do this in an everyday car. What are they not seeing? What's happening?
It is. I mean, you're either shifting reverse, you're shifting it forward. If you're smooth, the engine stays at 1 RPM. And you see some of the people out there, they're really sporadic. And when I teach it at MJU, I'm like, don't be so sporadic. Calm down. Because, you know, for years when you're driving a Monster Jam truck and it'd get up on the front tires, the first thing you did was hammer the throttle and bring it down. And now that's not what you want to do. So driving has evolved. MJU has opened the minds and abilities of so many great athletes. And it's super cool to see the progression for me. I see it every day all summer long at MJU. And it's even cooler for me to see these other athletes get up there, do great tricks. It was fun to share the stage last night with Tristan England and Brandon Vincent, 2 of the greatest graduates we've ever had. You know, and Brandon, you know, I remember him, he quickly took to two-wheel because it'd been going on for a while when he came there, and right away he was able to do moonwalks, so it really wasn't a surprise for him to get up there and to see Neil Elliott pull off something that had never been done before. It was an epic night.
Well, of course, for you, Professor, I mean, you are the man of the two-wheel skills challenge. You know, moving back forward to the Stadium Championship Series 1 and the two-wheel skills challenge, you've won quite a few of them, but you had a coin of what you called the maximum move, and that was that move right off that backflip ramp. And you know, it may seem easy to all you fans watching because it's so smooth when he does it, but kind of walk us through how you do it. And you talk about control.
Well, I mean, the first challenge with that move is you don't have a backup camera, you don't have rear view mirrors, and you can't turn your head when you're properly fastened into a Monster Jam truck. So you just back up and kind of feel the wall behind you. And then you have to be able to back up the container without flipping over forward. So then you use a lot of throttle and some brake pressure and just smoothly glide it off there. And if you catch it right, it'll go forward immediately. But if you don't, you got to back it up to bring it up over center to make it balance.
Now, when we talk about your Stadium Championship Series 1 championship, I know you really wanted to get this. When you did get that championship on the last night, long season, because all roads lead to here. Your daughter's here, your wife's here. What did that mean to you?
It means a ton. You know, family involvement is super good. We meet so many perfect people out here at the pit party. The whole family comes. Monster Jam is a big family event. It's super exciting to have my whole family involved and have the wife, the daughter here, and obviously Colton getting a great opportunity tonight to pull off an incredible stunt. We've worked on that hard as well. It's very rewarding. But, you know, the one thing I want to go back to about Stadium Championship Series 1, tough competitors. I've said it all year. But, you know, on top of that, we have 8 of our athletes off of that tour are represented here at the Monster Jam World Finals. We only had 14 athletes on the tour, and the rest of them were very good as well. You think of guys like John Gordon that didn't make it to the World Finals. What a great performance he put down in Denver. It was very inspiring. And to see John win, you know, wow moment of the year, he deserved that. Exactly like Ryan said on stage the other night, to me, I don't think the fans even knew what happened, you know, and I knew it was epic, and obviously all the drivers did.
You mentioned wow moment as we transition to tonight. 2 more championships. High jump.
High jump is, I really have been talking about it at the pit party. A lot of people have asked about it. I don't think the fans are ready. To me, you know, I do not believe they're ready to see the heights that these trucks are going to get to and continue to progress. And I love the fact that Monster Jam's progressing all the time, but I think tonight it's going to take a big leap forward in what's able to do with a Monster Jam truck.
And of course, freestyle, the coveted freestyle. We've all been waiting for this moment tonight. What's going through your head?
It's going to be fun. You know, I've had a great year, honestly, and, you know, not as well in the past, you know, kind of going out early. This year, I've had a great ability to perform for the entire 2 minutes. That's exactly what it's going to take to go home with the 2019 Freestyle Championship. You're going to have to put in a full run. You're going to have a nice backflip. You're going to have an amazing save, and you're going to have to be on your toes, convert big air into multiple tricks, and be able to progress in between each obstacle as you keep up a fast pace.
Now, you've won here before. Freestyle champion, Camping World Stadium here, 2015 and 16. Probably more than most have. Advantage?
It is maybe not so much an advantage. I mean, it does calm you when you come into an event at a different venue and you think, yeah, that place is great. Those people are awesome. You know, but World Finals is different. You've got so many awesome athletes that are going after it. People are going to bring out their A game. You know that's happening. They're going to do everything they can to make sure that their effort tonight is going to be their best.
Now, you talk about how important the crew chiefs are and communication. Some drivers like to be talked to while they're out there competing. You got to talk during the competition. With 24 competitors out there, you got Josh Dyke, Technician of the Year, and congratulations to Josh Dyke, if you can hear me. How much of an update are you getting from the crew chiefs? Hey, they just did this. This is the score they got. Maybe I need to change my game. Because you might not be able to see.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see. You know, I'll be able to watch a lot of competitors because I'm pretty late in the order, but you're not going to be able to see a lot of performances. Fortunately, I got Colton. He'll be able to scout for me tonight along with Josh. Josh will be busy getting the truck ready. High jump is going to definitely create some attrition, you know, to the parts. We know that. They'll be checking it over. They'll be very busy getting that under control. But having Colton here, he's got a fresh mind. He's been at this a long time now. He knows what's legitimate, what's cool, what's able to do, and what you're going to have to do is going to have to be lucky. So it'll be good to have him feed off of, and hopefully he can help me get to a great position.
Now, is there anybody you think you should be looking out for, or do you have the blinders on?
I really have the blinders on. I mean, everybody is so good now. We talk about it a lot. They are. I know many of them. I see all their abilities. You know, the big key here is, you know, with all their great ability, you're going to have to put together your best run ever. And there really is nothing else you need to look at. If somebody does something better than you, it doesn't matter. You need to be on top of your game every part of your run. Sometimes on series, you got to conserve yourself a little bit. But here with 24 of the greatest competitors, you got to go with your A game from the time it starts.
Tom Meents and Max D. Fire, congratulations once again, winning Stadium Championship Series 1. Also getting the very first ever two-wheel championship. Fans here at the main stage and in the pit party, make some noise for the world famous Tom Meents, Max D. Fire.
Thank you guys. Thanks for all coming here to the World Finals in Orlando. And we'll be back over to pit party to greet you.
Just 5 minutes away, we're less than 5 minutes away from kicking off the Performance Arena on the north side. ATV Racing Speedster Obstacle Course and Speedster Racing. You want to check it out coming up in just a few minutes at the Performance Arena.